Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I hope you have had a good couple of weeks. I am going to be doing something rather different this week, and I'll be taking you along with me on what I call my annual closet review. So, how this started out was basically I wanted to be more conscious about what I have in my closet. So, what do I buy, where I buy it, what I have in my closet, and of what I have, what I wear, what I don't wear, what did I used to wear and I don't wear anymore, and then so that basically I don't have things in there that are sitting there for months on end and taking up space basically. And if they are taking up space, I would rather they find a new home, a better home than where they are actually being used. So it's a little bit early for this. Actually, I usually do this every quarter, and then December is the big one where I count all the stats together just for fun. I'll get into that later. But basically, every quarter I do this tally up of all the things that I have, and then as I tally it up, I count. I sort this stuff also into what I have been wearing a lot, what I used to wear and I no longer wear. Basically, things that I haven't worn in the last 3 to 6 months, and then things that I have never ever worn. So things that I own but I don't wear. Yeah, there are things like that where you think you're gonna wear them and then you don't wear them at all. So yeah, so that is what I usually do here. I usually start by counting the bags and shoes first because I think I have less than 10 of each, which I am given to understand is kind of rare. But yeah, so once it gets to the actual clothing, it does get a bit mad. So the stuff I have worn in the last 3 to 6 months, I usually leave it in the closet, but the others I usually would take out so I can look at the things. So I can kind of like, I think, I feel that's a holdover from doing the whole like Marie Kondo craze 5 to 7 years ago, and basically having it as a pile on like my bed, or a pile, like, a whole hanging rack full of stuff that I haven't worn is very sobering, kind of. It kind of like glares at you and you kind of go like, oh, actually that's a lot of stuff that I haven't worn, or a lot of stuff that I don't wear anymore. So yeah, so what I do is that there's a whole pile there, and then I can see if I'll go through that and see if I still want them basically. Alright, so you can see that I've got the numbers here. I'll need to tally them up later so I can fill in the stats counter on my main closet spread. But basically, I went through my clothes kind of category by category to get all the numbers for the frequently worn and the unworn and the never worn. Yeah, I'll need to add them up later, but I will do that at a desk with a calculator. In the meantime, now that all that's done, I am going to actually let me get my cat out of the picture first. Have a bit of cat cuddle time. They somehow like to climb the closet a lot. I have no idea why. Anyway, so right. So now I need to go through the stuff that I've set aside as usually it's the stuff that is under things that I have never worn or things that I haven't worn in a long time, and there are things that are on the left in the closet, and there's a whole pile of screen that I need to go through. So usually when I look at these, I kind of look at them, decide if I still love them, would I wear this, also how does the color look on me, also more importantly, does it have any friends in my closet. So this top in particular, I did love a lot at one point. I have like I think 2 or 3 tops in this kind of cut, but I don't wear it as frequently anymore. That being said, it is very comfortable and I'm not ready to let it go. So I'm just gonna put it below and decide later. There are a whole bunch of things in here. There's still more outside, so I'm just gonna take my time and sort through that, and basically try and decide what to keep and what not to keep. Alright, so now the sorting is more or less done. It's back to the planner stuff. So firstly, I'm going to make a list of what I call the outgoing things. So these are things that I know absolutely don't work for me anymore. They're things that I absolutely do not want to keep anymore. So I'm going to make a list of that, and how I get rid of these things, so to speak, we'll get into in a bit. So I have this list of things that, like skinny jeans, that I was very excited to find, but I have worn literally twice. Like there's no point in holding on to. Some tops that don't really flatter me very well, like those are on the way out. Then I also have what I call a maybe list. So these are things that I don't wear enough, or I haven't worn in a long time, but I am still somewhat attached to. So I have a pair of pants that I haven't worn in quite some time, but it did require quite a lot of alteration to be able to fit. It still fits, so I'm quite hesitant to clear it out of my closet just yet because of that. Because what if I want them? So, and also it's the amount of money I spend on it. So I'm kind of attached to them. So if no one I personally know wants them, I'll probably hold on to these items for like a little bit longer, just to see if I really am willing to let it go. It sometimes takes a while, before a few cycles of this, before I come to terms with it and just let it go. So the skin jeans that are outgoing this round, there's a Yacht 21 dress that's also outgoing this round. Those actually went through alterations, and I did spend a good amount of money getting alterations done, but I just really don't wear these enough to justify holding on to them anymore. So yeah, they have been on the maybe list for maybe like a good 6 to 9 months, and then now I'm just like, okay, it's time for you to go. Hello again. So now I'm back to an actual desk, and it's time to go through the stats. So I have my, this sounds like some Blue's Clues thing, handy dandy calculator, and I am gonna tally up all the stats. So that is 146 items in my closet. I do not count accessories because I have way too many earrings, and the number would go sky high, and I'll get very upset. So when I count stuff in my closet, it's my bags, my shoes, and then all the clothes. I don't count accessories. I don't count active wear, even though sometimes I do wear them as what do you call it? I do wear active wear as like actual clothes sometimes, and likewise with bralettes and camisoles and stuff like that. Like I don't count them as closet wear, basically, because this kind of like underwear, so it's a bit strange. So why do I have all the stats? So my stats are actually based off a wardrobe survey that I participated in a few years ago, and I did find it very illuminating to see it all broken down into like hard stats. So I used to have a very high percentage of clothes that I had worn before but I didn't wear anymore, for example. So like whenever I see like that number has gone up a lot, it's basically a sign for me to do something about it. So it's either, okay, like, you don't wear these things anymore. So is it because you are getting bored of what you have and you need to, get rotate these back into your regular use? Or is it because they just don't work for your lifestyle anymore, and therefore maybe you shouldn't be holding on to them anymore? Just for example. One thing that I don't include in the stats is occasion wear. So even though it's part of my wardrobe count, I do have a number of fancier pieces of clothing, like dresses, that I tend to only wear for nice dinners and maybe like weddings and stuff. So for those, I don't really have that many, like maybe less than five. So even though some of them are, they are definitely things that I haven't worn in like 3 or 6 months, I don't count them under the unworn pile, simply because that's kind of dependent on whether there is an occasion to wear it. So it doesn't make sense for me to calculate it there. I just kind of, count it out of the stats. So hopefully that made some sort of sense. So now that I've done a clean out, it's time to take the nicer items to the swap store. I don't know if your city has something like this, but we do. The way it works is that I pay a membership fee, and then during that period I can swap things in and out. And this stuff that I brought to swap in today, so some I actually got from here previously. So one of my favorite things to do is to check out the premium rack. They have some really fancy gowns this time. The rose gold looks very, very good, and it's possibly my size, but really, when will I ever wear it? I'm tempted to try it, but nah, practicalities. So basically, I traded in my items and it gives me points, and then I can use those same points to purchase other items displayed here, which are things that other members have traded in. So this is what I picked out to try on, and yes, you can try it on. It's quite a variety I got here. So you can see here from the tag that there's a price and then there's a points price. So you can either buy this top for cash at $9, or you can buy it with 3 points. Yeah, so I've mostly picked up long sleeve tops for me to lay up in Japan next month, though I've picked a few fun items anyway. I don't own a lot of long sleeves because, well, I live in perpetual summer, so hey. So this top is cute. This top shop, it's a bit tight on the shoulders, fully buttoned, but unbuttoned is quite cute, so I might get this. This ombre sweater too is very comfy. The head is a bit tight because I have a big head, but like literally, not figuratively. But I quite like the ombre and it feels quite warm, so I think I will get this to wear in Japan as well. And then there's this top that I got, which is a bit picnic vibes. I'm not really feeling the sleeve length or the neck, so yeah. So I got my swap done, and now I'm gonna update my tracker here before I gotta eat for yoga. So usually I would also record things that I traded out and things that I traded in. So this is the trade out pile, things that I've basically disposed of. And then on the other side, I'm going to write down the things that I got today. I didn't get very much. I got like 3 tops and I think 1 dress from Budding. Yeah. Hello again. So it's the weekend and I finally have time to wrap up this video. So today I will be tallying up the stats of this like annual closet tracker thing. So the first thing is the money. So I am gonna count how much money I spent on clothes this year. I think that because I didn't include counting accessories and any camisoles and bodysuits and lacy stuff that I sometimes also wear as tops, I think the dollar amount is not going to be that terrifying. I hope. I always get nervous when I calculate money, so let's see how this goes. Right, so my grand total is under $500, so I think that's pretty decent. I know that during the height of my our second nature craze, I did spend like $1,000 on just that one brand in a year, so actually under 500 is a pretty decent amount for me. The other stats are more, I guess, environmental, so I do still find them interesting to track. So for things purchased, the question is where did I buy them? So were they online, were they in person, like in store? Did I buy it secondhand or first hand? And when I bought it, did I return it? because I think the concern here is that returns are also cause a certain amount of carbon footprint. So the idea is to avoid returns where possible. And there's also the bit about whether the store is sustainable or not. So I mostly buy through online or secondhand swapping, as you can see here. I don't really purchase in store. I'm not sure why actually. Maybe it's just this year. That's a bit strange. I actually prefer to try things before I buy them, so that's a little odd. Yeah, I'm not sure how to check for sustainable stores though. I'm not very good at that personally because there's just so much greenwashing going on. I would count the swaps as sustainable because they are secondhand, but I think when it comes to that particular stat, I'm just going to mark it out. And honestly, I might just take out this category links here. It's not because I don't believe in shopping sustainable brands, but because I also think that it's not just about where you shop, but for me personally, it's about how much I use the thing. So, can I buy used? Can I buy? It's more important, I guess, to me to use what I have where possible than to purchase new. So, and also budgets are concerned because sustainable brands do tend to be legitimately more pricey. So, may not be able to afford that much. So, yeah, I might actually take out this category next year. Plus, I also have a lot of fabric that I want to turn into clothing. So, I really don't foresee that much shopping in my future. Like maybe for shoes or bags, but that's probably maybe pants, but that's probably about it. So for things going out of my wardrobe, which is the other set of stats, the question is about disposal. So again, it's an environmental thing. Like, do you throw them straight into the trash, or do you do something different? So in my case, I am pretty proud of myself this year. I haven't binned that many items. I only binned 2 pairs of shoes, and they were both. So one was a pair of, I think, slippers that were really slippery, like literally, like you would slip and fall wearing them. So it didn't make sense to keep them anymore, and I couldn't donate them. If I donated that, it would just cause somebody else to fall. Then the other pair was a pair of heels that I wore for, I think I had them for about a good 2-3 years, and I had replaced the soles before, but the problem now was that the toe portion, because it's a closed toe kind of pair of heels, the PU leather on the closed toe part, the part that covers your feet, it basically was peeling on the inside, and that was something that I don't think could easily be replaced. So that also went into the bin because I don't think anybody could get any use out of that. It would probably be like they would wear like once maybe before like your toe starts poking out. So that was a bit too horrific to donate, like in good conscience. So the rest of the stuff I either swapped or donated. Surprisingly, I haven't gifted that many items this year, but that being said, most of my friends are not my size. Like, I am a little bit smaller than my friends, so it's easy for me to take their stuff, but it's a bit hard for them to take my stuff, basically. So, yeah, I think that is a pretty good job on my part in the whole disposal side of things. The pink things that are marked donate are things that basically haven't been donated yet, but they're slated for donation. I just haven't had time to do a drop off. So all in all, I think they are pretty decent stats for a whole year. I probably need to rethink a bit how to also include my me-made items into this spread. So that's something that I need to reconsider probably for next year. Though hilariously, I've already set up this exact same spread in 2024's journal, so we shall see. I had no idea now. I might have to redo it. Or honestly, I probably will not. I will probably just make a note of what is me made and what's not. Anyway, yes, so I do have a similar spread in my weeks for 2024. It's the one that follows me everywhere, so it kind of makes sense. I am quite excited to see how that one actually fills out. So give me a sec, let me show you how it looks. So this is my spread for 2024. As you can see, it's pretty much the same thing. Quarterly countings, and then like columns for things that come in and go out, totals at the end of the year, that I am quite excited to compare just to see how things go. Though that being said, if we are successful on the whole having a child front, I anticipate that number might go up, simply because I will need clothes that fit, a different type of body. But that's for future me to worry about. So that's all from me this week. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a bit different, given that I've never done something that vloggy, so to speak. A bit out of my comfort zone, but let me know what you think, or if you do any sort of like wardrobe closet tracking thing at all. I'd love to be inspired by you. So have a great week ahead, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.